My kid is an a-hole and I want to send her away. My daughter is 13 and she is an a-hole. I know it's a horrible thing to say about your kid, but it's true, she's an a-hole, if not narcissist or even psychopath. I really want to love my daughter and I wish I could, but she's been pushing my buttons for 13 years and I'm just done. She has exhausted me mentally and physically since the day she was born, and it's not just me, my husband and 2 other daughters have had to deal with this for 13 years too. I'm not sure what went wrong with her, it's like she came out the womb screaming and never stopped. As a baby she would scream and cry until no more tears came out and her face was all red. She was crying so hard she couldn't even breathe, and she would do this until she literally lost her voice from screaming so much. This went on until she was 3 or 4. I've been taking her to doctors since she was a few months old because I knew that this wasn't normal. The first time I took her to a psychiatrist she was just 2 years old and even they couldn't tell me what was wrong with her. Her behavior only got worse as she got older. She would throw things, smash things, kick, bite, hit, and if you ever so much as said stop to her she would start screaming and shouting and kicking. Sometimes she would even scratch herself. There was one occasion when she was 5 or 6 that she got really upset and started banging her forehead on a chair. The chair was cushioned, so thankfully minimal damage happened before I got her to calm down. But you get the idea, it gets worse with age, and when she started school it got worse. The phone calls and emails from teachers started happening almost instantly after she started and have been going on weekly, if not daily till now. There's always some incident when she has bitten or hit another kid or teacher, thrown something, screamed at someone, etc. The violence has also gotten worse with age. Since she started secondary school, live in the UK, it's gotten to the point where she has been to 3 different schools since starting just 2 years ago. Some examples of things that have happened are: 1. Her and another student tried to push a disabled boy in a wheelchair down a flight of stairs. 2. Attempted to rip a girl's earlobes by tearing her earrings off, unsuccessful thankfully. 3. Cut off a younger boy's bun while he was walking in front of her. She also called him the F-slur when confronted by a teacher, caught in and out of school on multiple occasions smoking and drinking. 4. Leaves the house during the night to smoke and drink with God knows who. I've never met any of her friends because she won't let me. 5. When a classmate broke their hand last year during a sports game while they waited for an ambulance, she attempted to stand/jump on his broken arm. She was kicked out of her first secondary school for this because unfortunately she managed to do it. I've tried to get her a therapist but she didn't want one, and she has been seen by a psychologist, but the healthcare system in England is underfunded and understaffed, so it has been hard. She was given a diagnosis of ADHD, but it doesn't explain why she acts like this. I tried to ask the psychologist, but he basically told me that the best thing he can recommend for me is to give her ADHD meds, which I agreed to, but she refused to take them and instead took them to a meet-up with friends and sold them. This is not the first incident we had of her selling stuff to her friends. She has also taken makeup from me and my other daughters, both 18F. My daughter's pain medication after she had surgery, as well as my medical supplies for my type 1 diabetes, needles, insulin pens, etc. I have no idea why she even wanted/needed my medication, and she won't tell me. She also on regular occasions has attempted to steal money from me, her father or her sisters, but we have learnt to hide the money and lock it away. Everyone in the household except my daughter has received a lock on their bedroom door to keep my daughter out. Now that I have very briefly explained my daughter's behavior, the main reason I came on here is to talk about how I am going to arrange for my daughter to be sent away. She doesn't know it yet, but me and my husband and other daughters do. I am currently looking into boarding schools, especially for troubled kids, as well as wilderness therapy camps for troubled teens. Me and my husband have been talking about it for the last month or so, and a few days ago we officially agreed that it's what's best for everyone and have now started the process of applying her to places to send her to. If all goes well, hopefully she'll be gone by the end of the month. Maybe I should be sad that she is leaving, but I'm not. All I feel is relief. It might sound like a horrible thing to say, but at this point I barely even view her as my daughter. It's like she's just some random person that crash-landed into our lives 13 years ago and has been blowing them up ever since. Maybe in the future when she grows up we can work on fixing our relationship, but I'll survive if not. I've been grieving the relationship I could have had with my daughter for so long, but now I think I've come to peace with the fact that we might never have a good relationship, and it's not from lack of trying on my part.